What's up, St. Louis? It's your host, Luke Farrell of the STL Bucket List Show. The STL Bucket List Show is driven by Bomarito Automotive Group. Bomarito is Missouri's #1 car dealership with over 20 locations, so I guarantee that there's one in your neighborhood. Since the 1970s, Bomarito has sold over 1 million cars, and John and the entire team made us feel completely comfortable when we picked up our new vehicle recently for the family. So I can't thank the Bomarito team enough for driving this episode forward, and enjoy the show.
Hi, everyone. I'm Perri.
I'm Alyssa.
We're from Brown Skin Bride. We just wrapped an amazing episode of STL Bucket List. It's live now. Check it out.
For 50 years, Bankhead and Firth Orthodontics has been proudly serving the vibrant St. Louis community. As a family-owned and operated practice since day one, the commitment to excellence and personalized care runs deep. They believe in giving back to the wonderful people of St. Louis who have entrusted them with their smiles. Step into the 5 locations across St. Louis with modern offices equipped with the latest orthodontic technology. Their 3 amazing doctors are dedicated to providing top-notch, innovative treatments tailored just for you. Join us in celebrating 50 years with Bankhead and Firth Orthodontics, where your family becomes a part of theirs. Schedule your free consultation today and let them help you achieve the confident, gorgeous smile that you deserve. Because in St. Louis, your smile is your legacy.
If you want to hear about St. Louis, tune into the Bucket List Show weekly. Hear what Marissa and Luke say. It drops every Wednesday. Got a dope new guest every single week. Buckle up for the ride. Who's it gonna be? Who's on the show today? They rep St. Louis. What to do in the loo on a late night, or maybe what to do on a date night. Yeah, Bucket List has you covered. They know what's going on. What's going on, they'll give you, hey, 18 different things to do, or 19 if you need one more to choose. Yeah, the city is a place we call home. A place we call home, yeah.
What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the STL Bucket List Show. I'm your host, Marissa Farrell.
And I am your other host, Luke Farrell, and I'm excited to have you back in the studio, babe.
I'm back. I don't know if this is going to be consecutive.
Too,
you know, we're working it out. Yeah, we got baby girl sitting next to me. But yeah, we're so excited today. You guys know Luke and I are married, and so anything wedding related is like my favorite thing
to talk about. She's obsessed with weddings. Like, she has this note in her phone. Every time one of our family members gets married, she pulls up her note.
The details,
she compares the numbers
vendors.
of the cost. Here's the DJ cost. Ooh, inflation hit DJ prices.
Like, it's just, I love it. I love it. I love it. I will talk wedding, talk with anyone. We're what, married 2 years?
2 years
in now. And I still love it. So this episode's really cool because we've got Brown Skin Bride. We've got Alyssa and Perri. And so I'm very excited to hear their story. What they do is so amazing, and so we're going to hand it over to them to kind of just talk about the business, how it started, the challenges, the success story. You guys are fairly new, so anything else you want to add?
Let's start by just learning a little bit more about what Brown Skin Bride is. So I'm going to
I
read
love
something
that
on your
name.
website, and then I want you guys to interpret it. So,
Oh, gosh.
welcome to Brown Skin Bride, your ultimate destination for bachelorette party supplies tailored for Black and brown women. Founded by 2 friends, which I knew were rivals back in the day.
Oh, for real?
And who were knee
okay.
deep in planning their own bachelorette parties for other loved ones. You guys realized that there was a gap in the market, lack of inclusive shades that truly celebrate the beauty and diversity of brides of all color. So, a little snort snippet. I know it's way bigger than that, but whichever you guys want to start, just want to learn a little bit more about Brown Skin Bride, but then I want to go back and learn about your guys' rivalry.
First of all, I forgot writing that.
That was great.
Bars. Okay,
Yeah,
that's great.
well written.
I was like, who wrote that?
It's great.
We'll take it. Yeah, that's great. Do you want to?
I'll let you kick it
Oh,
off.
why? Thank you. So we have known each other for many years. We went to, as we said, rival high schools. However, you know, there's a group of friends within that we have remained close throughout the years. We've been to each other's weddings, birthday parties, vacations together, you know, celebrate life events together. So
Beautiful.
last year, actually it was last 4th of July weekend. We were at lunch. My sister's bachelorette was forthcoming the following week, and she had just been tapped to be maid of honor for one of her best friend's weddings. And so she was like, I have never planned a bachelorette. I have no idea what I'm doing. Tell me, like, what has your experience been like? And then I was like, okay, sips wine. It's very stressful.
It's so
exactly.
stressful.
Takes a big gulp of
Yes.
wine. I was like, it's stressful. It's basically a part-time job, but you know, it's very fun. But I told her the most frustrating thing is I can't find anything that is reflective of my sister's skin tone, and I feel weird purchasing pink or just very generic things when I know this is an option for other women. And I was just kind of commiserating with her. And one specific item that I referred to was a foam finger that my sister's friend sent to me. And she's like, I really want to order this for Morgan. And I was like, does it come in any other color? And she said no. And I said, absolutely not. I will be not be ordering this for my sister.
Yeah.
And so I'm showing it to Alyssa on my phone. And she's like, wait. And so she starts searching. We can't find anything. We're searching we're in dead silence probably for 10 minutes at lunch, just like searching on our phones.
All the Etsy pages.
Yeah,
all
Which
the-
10 minutes is way too long to not be able to find it.
100%.
Right.
100%. So eventually she's like, we should just make it. And I start laughing. I was like, yeah, whatever. And she's no, seriously,
we should
just make it. Yeah. Let me, see if I can find a vendor or something. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm like, sure, okay. And so we actually had a vacation planned in August. So the vacation comes around. We've kind of been talking to some vendors. We were able to work with a designer to figure out our digital look. And at that point, we were kind of at the turning point where, okay, is this something that we actually really want to order? Because we'd have to order samples. We'd have to start our LLC, get banking. We were at that point where we were kind of making that decision. And we were just like, let's do it. We have been searching off and on throughout that entire month for other items that were reflective of Black and brown women. And we still couldn't find anything. And we're like, I guess it's up to us
to take on the task.
Yeah, so that was last August that we made the decision to kind of commit to starting Brown Skin Bride. And the name was actually the first name we came up with.
I love it.
We didn't have any other drafts. It was just, I think I came up with it in the middle of the night and I texted you.
Yeah, and I was like, that's the one.
Yeah, I was like, because I'll text her randomly. My
She's
thoughts will
like,
come to me first thing in the morning. She'll wake up to all these texts from me.
Yeah.
And so that was what I did there. I texted her, Brown Skin Bride. She's like, it's perfect.
Do you know what we think of when we hear it?
What? Oh, yes.
I told her.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
I was like,
I was about to make a
We
singing.
were literally singing that
That's so
nonstop when
good.
we
Nonstop.
came
That's
up
so
with
good.
it.
So funny.
That's in your reels? Is
We've
that in
been
a reel that
singing
you've
it all
done? Not
week.
yet?
We should make one.
Well, because we were working with a DJ to try and get a
Remake
remix
it.
of it, but it just kind of got deprioritized. And I'm scared that Beyonce will send us a cease and desist.
Hey, if she
So-
saw it, though,
I
you might
mean,
pop
I
off.
know.
Right?
It's
That's what I'm saying. You might as well
real.
tag her and be
It's
like,
kind
the
of
next
worth
question
the
mark.
risk.
It
Yeah.
is
worth the
We should
risk.
revisit that.
I would frame a cease and desist from Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? You should do
That
it.
is being framed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like we've been singing that song all week to like just
It
like
just got stuck in her
prepare.
head
Yeah.
when she told me and we were doing prep, and like we just love that song.
We love
obviously.
that song anyway, but yeah.
Um,
That's so
I'm glad it's
cool.
synonymous. That's
Yes.
exactly how we think about it as well. So
Absolutely.
that's
the
great.
best businesses are built from needs, and
Yeah.
you guys know, being at Fortune 100 companies, you guys work in big business, but like small business, the root of small business is finding a need in an area and filling that need, and that's what you guys have done. But you've only been doing it for 6 months. So before the business, I want to kick it back. Tell us about your guys' childhood. So you guys were always close, or you not really? Like, how did you guys become close? And I know you guys went to rival high schools and stuff like
Are you
that.
from
so-
St. Louis?
Yeah.
Not originally.
Okay.
Perry is originally from
Okay.
St.
Yeah,
Louis.
I was born in LA, but we moved here when I was like 3. So yeah, I've been here
Okay.
forever. Grew up in the Central West End.
Uh-huh.
Went to Forsyth
Mm-hmm.
and MICDS.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And I moved around a lot growing up because of my dad's job. He's just in corporate America. So
Mhm.
we moved here in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I started Burroughs in 9th grade, but prior to landing on Burroughs, I visited MICDS. So I met.
I knew you were
It's
going
an
to talk about this.
interesting story because like now all of these girls are my friends. But when I first toured, one of our really good friends was my buddy, and she abandoned me halfway through the day because she was just like, "You're weird. Like I'm just not like with
For
it."
the record, I was
Like,
not.
it
This
was
is
not Perry.
me.
Not
I
you.
just
I
wanna
was
say
this
I'm
is
gonna-
not me.
She's gonna remain nameless. She'll know. She knows who she is.
She'll know.
She's an amazing friend now, though, and one of our other friends like adopted me for the rest of the day. And then Perry and I met sometime during like
Yeah,
9th
sometimes
grade,
during
just
that.
because like the networks are so close across the private schools.
Right.
So we
Mhm.
just met, and have always been in kind of the same friend group since 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And coming into a new high school is very hard. I
Sure.
did it myself, and
Yeah.
people are not always the most welcoming. So
No.
it's cool that like regardless of whatever the rivalry was, that
Yeah.
like somehow you guys were able to mend a
Especially private
friendship.
schools. Private schools are tough.
Private schools
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
tough
Yeah.
too.
They can be
Yeah.
very cliquey.
Cliquey.
Catty,
There's a lot of
cliquey.
generational friend groups, and
I'm
friends,
sure.
parents have
Built-in
been
friends, yeah.
grandparents. Yeah, they've known each other forever. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
definitely a
Yeah.
challenge.
That's crazy. Nice. Okay. So then what about college? So like what's your background in terms of now you have this business? Did you study business or marketing? Like I just think what you've done is amazing to seriously find a need and be like, there is no representation of women of color in the wedding industry, where bachelorette parties are huge, you know? And so, like, I don't know if in my mind, if I would have seen that issue and been like, well, let me find a vendor and make it myself. Like, that's brilliant to even have that thought process. So, was there background for either of you in terms of the business side?
Yeah, I mean, my answer's shorter, so I'll go first.
Okay.
No, I actually studied PR and advertising. I wanted to be a PR girly.
Mhm.
I ended up going into tech and ad tech specifically. And I'd always kind of wanted to do something on my own. I've always had a very creative streak, and that's manifested in different ways. But I hadn't really taken the leap in terms of being an entrepreneur. And I think a lot of it is just timing and also finding the right fit. And I don't think anything has spoke to me or I've been called so much as I did for Brown Skin Bride. Like nothing else previously would have made me feel like I'm willing to, take a risk. I'm willing to try something new. I'm willing to put my own money into it until now.
Sure.
So it's, it has really been a learning experience, but definitely my experience in tech, in startups, in building businesses has lended itself to this specific instance.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen myself pulling from a lot of learning experiences throughout tech, working at Yahoo and Oracle to apply to this specific to the specific business.
Nice. Wow. Amazing.
And so in contrast to Perri,
Yeah.
I am like somewhat of like a serial entrepreneur. So outside of I've worked in corporate America since graduating from college. I did study business. So I studied finance and international business, and I have a minor in Mandarin. So my whole life, I knew I wanted to go into finance because I just understood markets and numbers made sense.
Oh, must be nice. I'm like, that is
Guess who
him
does
all
the
the way.
numbers?
Yeah. You always have to have someone who's the numbers person.
balance.
Yeah.
Balance.
We can't spend all that money on that trip for
Right.
marketing. We got to turn a profit this month.
Oh, so you've been listening to our conversations.
Yeah, literally. I was like, wow.
Oh, it's marketing.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
that $800 dinner?
Yeah,
Marketing.
definitely. Research.
No, but carry on. sorry.
Yeah. So I studied finance. After school, I went into wealth management. So I did that for 6.5 years before going to business school. And then after business school, I transitioned into consulting. So I'm a strategy consultant, specifically in the wealth and asset management space. But along that journey, within business school, before business school, after business school, I've probably started 4 or 5 different businesses. So where I have put capital on the line and I've just pursued it. And it's given me kind of the confidence and the understanding. I just think you should fail fast. And if you see a need, try to build something as inexpensively and quickly as you can. Figure out if you have a viable MVP, if there's enough people in the market who care about the problem you've identified and are willing to pay to fix it. And I think a lot of people struggle with having the courage to pursue that, but it can actually be a very quick exercise if you kind of just iterate quickly and inexpensively. So that's kind of what prompted me to give Perri the response of let's just do it.
See?
Let's try it and fail forward.
That's
I love
great
that you
advice.
said fail
Yeah.
fast. And I love that you said identify if it's even working
Yeah.
and get out quickly if it's not working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that's huge because some people hold on to their dreams so
Yeah.
long. But we're as entrepreneurs too. It's failing forward and using that. And then, like you said, there has to be a market for it. And there obviously is a market for this. You guys probably have the numbers. We don't even have to, we could go into them in a little bit, but the numbers of brown skin brides across the nation, just in America, let alone across the world.
Yeah. So we did market sizing and all that. So we realized it's actually a pretty significant market. And me being a numbers person, when we there's definitely the spirit and the ethos and all of the positives that come with starting this company. But for me, at my core, the numbers had to make sense, and they did.
Right.
So we did all of that kind of background diligence to make sure that there was a market.
So tell me about the moment that you guys did it. So you started the business. How quickly did you order how much products was it drop shipping, or did you actually have to get these products made?
No,
because you can't drop ship a product that doesn't exist.
No, it did not exist.
So I've been in
ordered it
Shopify
before.
drop shipping before. I know that process.
Yeah.
You're grabbing stuff from Alibaba.
Right.
You're putting it on, but you guys had to actually call people
Committed
in
to
some of these
inventory.
places, and you have to
Yes.
commit to cases and cases of
And
it.
on top of it,
Your garage
you
is probably filled
clearly
with
you
stuff.
guys-
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We've got a
Just
storage. We have a storage
Just-
space
we-
now locally,
Yeah.
Good.
thankfully.
There you
But
go. There you go.
Before
Yeah.
it was in a room.
That's every entrepreneur's success story is oh, my living room, my kitchen was taken over,
Yeah.
my
We've had that
parents'
before.
house.
Yep,
like,
all of that.
no,
all of
that.
that. You've been there.
Yes.
Yes.
And now we
Yes,
need
and.
our own space. Plus,
Yeah.
you guys, it's not just one color, one
Yeah.
shade, right?
Mhm.
You have
Beautiful.
multiple shades. So that was important to you. But sorry, go ahead and answer Luke's
Thank
question.
you.
Yeah. So once we basically tried to find the vendors that were creating the pink finger, and we were able to identify a number of them pretty quickly. And so we asked do you have any other colors? All of them said no. We finally found one that for some reason we just liked him. Like we had no real reason other
Should
than
we tell them
good
about
vibes.
His name?
His name is Tim.
Tim.
Mhm.
His name's
Shout out-
really Joe, but we started
We
calling
call
him
him
Tim.
Tim.
Shout out
I don't
Tim.
know. Shout
Yeah,
out to
and I've
Tim.
accidentally called him Tim multiple times. He's like, it's Joe. I don't
Yeah.
know why you're calling
And
me
this
Tim.
is still your guy.
Internally,
Yeah,
he's
our guy.
Tim.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. But he's so sweet and really patient because he sent us basically a picture of all of the shades that were available in foam.
Mhm.
And we went in and we circled all the ones that we wanted to try. And then we also had to select the nail color. And then I think there were versions of this where this was blue or white.
And then the outline color as
Oh, and the
well.
outline color. So
Mhm.
we had
Okay.
a
We had so many
bunch of different
variations.
variations. We did some digital ones, and then we ordered, I want to say like 20 samples.
Yeah, we did.
If
we had
not
a ton
more,
of samples.
Because we had various different versions of each shade. We knew we wanted 3 tentpole shades to start with,
Yeah.
and to expand beyond that once we have the capacity to do so. So we really wanted to get those right and for each to be distinct. So that took some trial and error, and we got the samples in, and Alyssa went over to my parents' house, and I was out of town. And so my parents are 2 different shades, and Alyssa's probably in between. My dad's lighter, my mom's on the darker end, Alyssa's in the middle. And so we're on FaceTime.
We're like trying
and they're
them
all
on.
trying
Shade
on.
Carrie's like,
matching,
put this
color
one
matching.
on.
My dad's trying some on. He's like putting up to his face.
Yeah.
My mom's trying some on, and
Yeah.
Alyssa's trying. And we're on FaceTime. We're like, okay, I think I like that one. And then
Yeah.
she shipped, I think the final 6. So there were 2 of each
Yeah.
to me, and then I tried them on, and we had already kind of identified the 3 that we wanted,
Yeah.
and we selected them from there. So we had to
Perfect.
actually create the product because it wasn't like just do it in brown.
Yeah.
It had to be created from scratch.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And to that note, this is like nuance, but if you're trying to find things that match like for women of color, whether it's like stockings or makeup or whatever, it's really important that like you get the tint right and it doesn't look ashy and it doesn't look too yellow or too red
Or too
and
orange.
or too orange. And
Mhm.
so a lot of brands, I think, like if they don't have a woman of color in the room who's like providing direction over that gets lost in translation, and that's something that we were just super cognizant of when we
Yeah.
were
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
setting the shades.
so finding a need. You guys launch your website. Is that what you did first, or did you guys try like your friends first? Did you give stuff to your friends?
Instagram.
No.
First of all, I feel like looking back, the beginning was so chaotic.
It was very like looking back, it's like, oh my
So you
gosh, how
said
are we
January
here?
though. Was this like a
Absolutely.
Jan 1 launch? Like, did
No,
you guys make
we
an
had-
Instagram post and
no,
say, "Hey,
so,
we launched"?
okay.
I know. I'm
It's like
curious of
repressed
the
now.
launch
I know.
story.
It was so chaotic. I feel like, okay, so we started our LLC and banking, I want to say in September, October.
Yeah, of
And
23.
because we had to order the product, but we had to order a minimum of like 5,000
Mhm.
fingers or something like, or
Mhm.
maybe more.
Oh, so it was
I
a
can't
big
remember.
commitment.
That
Big
is.
commitment.
is.
And then
Commitment.
we
Because this is like a month after you thought it all out. or
yeah,
2
Yeah,
months
but
after.
the lead time was long,
like a month.
and
Yeah.
we were really adamant about trying to launch before January or by January,
like
Okay.
mid-January.
mid-January. I think we come up with an arbitrary timeline like January 15th,
Mhm.
Yeah. We're
based
like,
on
this is launch day.
absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't. Is it like start of the year? Just
Nope,
this is
absolutely.
when.
Well,
Okay.
we knew we wanted to start in 2024.
Uh-huh.
Like we wanted to use 2023 to get all of our ducks in a row, and cups were also kind of like a afterthought.
Like a fast
we
follow.
yeah,
though.
we were gonna do fingers for sure, and then we're like, oh, I guess we should probably do cups, and you know.
So was the thought always just foam fingers to start?
No. Oh, well, to start,
To
yes,
start,
but we have a
okay.
whole deck of
Right.
inventory investments that we want to make
Mhm.
beyond even just these products. But we were trying to figure out what is going to make the biggest impact,
Yeah.
what is going to resonate with people the most, and also what's the most needed, which is kind of how cups came up because every bachelorette needs
Needs
cups.
cups.
Yes.
And
always.
honestly, I was like, no one's going to buy these cups.
We,
Who's
I don't
gonna buy
think
cups?
One of us
We
had,
we had
strong
no
feelings
confidence in the
about
cups, and the cups were the things that
cups are
sold
the
first.
Best sellers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I was like, who's gonna want these cups? Not who's gonna want these cups, but I was like, everyone's gonna be buying the finger, and you
Because
know,
they're just so fun.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like the
yeah.
more like you engage with them,
Yeah,
more. It's,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
picturesque. I
and it was
guess.
the catalyst for the business. So for me, I was like, oh, people are definitely gonna
That's
buy.
like our signature.
yeah,
product.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
honestly feel like the fingers have taken more momentum, and I think it's taken a lot of work on our end around brand awareness and this kind of circle that we view our marketing, where you know, even when we were doing research for our brand voice, working with a designer to get our logo right, our color story right, and so we're pulling images. There weren't a lot of images of Black women celebrating, even regardless of weddings and bachelorettes. It was
Okay.
just like celebratory images of Black women were very, very few and far between. So pulling those, it was like pulling teeth on Pinterest, on Google. I put together this mood board. So that kind of inspired the idea. We're talking about it, and I'm like, Alyssa, we have to create a lot of the content that we want our end user to engage with because it doesn't exist. When you go on
Yeah.
Pinterest and you're searching for wedding stuff,
Oh, it's true.
It's-
Because even for
yeah.
me, like, not to cut you off, but
Yeah.
like looking for how I wanted to do my hair,
Mhm.
I'm like, typing in like
It's so frustrating.
biracial hair or like black hair. Like I'm like they're
Mhm.
just you look up on Pinterest and there's just
There's not a lot of representation.
yeah,
You have to
it's
put
not
in some
there.
really specific terms, but even still, what you're getting returned
Yeah.
is so small and
Yeah,
so
there's not a
limited.
lot.
So
It's
I'm
true.
telling her, I'm like, we have to basically it just wasn't on our radar. I feel like when we were launching the business, everything, that we wanted to get done, we're like, oh, we have to do that. Okay, wait. Oh, no, that doesn't exist. Okay, we have to do that. Okay, the list kept getting longer and longer and longer. And so we're genuinely just figuring it out every single day. Mind you, we still have our 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
So we're getting on at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and getting off at 10, but not realizing it's 10 because we're so
And
excited.
we're
and
enjoying
we're
what we're
in the-
doing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Of
oh,
course.
I haven't eaten. I haven't.
Perry's like, I
gone
have
for-
to eat. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
fading
you should
fast.
eat.
I'm like, I have,
Yeah.
to, I have to eat something.
You just
So-
lose track of the time when your brain's just spinning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the
Yeah.
best part is the
Yeah.
building.
That's
the
Yeah,
building,
oh, yeah.
the
and that's when you
brands,
know
building
what you're
the
doing
websites,
is exciting.
Yeah.
writing those things that we read at the beginning. like,
Yeah.
those
Oh,
are
yeah.
fun. And then it gets to real business. You're like, okay, we got to get some sales.
And that was
Exactly.
funny because I
Exactly.
feel like we were so focused on launching the business, and then when it launched, I was like, oh, now we have to run the business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You
Exactly.
can't even think past that
Now we
point
have to
because
sustain it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're like, oh,
exactly.
now I have to figure out a way to get customers. Okay, I was not thinking about that
Mhm.
before. So I feel like we focused. I'm a to-do list queen.
Yeah.
Queen.
So
Love
I
it.
was the
Me
one
too.
creating all the Excel spreadsheets, and Alyssa is very much an executor as well. So
Okay.
we're like, okay, these are the tasks. We delegate between the two of us, and we go figure it out, and then we kind of come back.
Yeah.
And it's such a good balance because we definitely have different strengths and weaknesses that we balance each other out on. And I think the biggest part of it too is trust. Like I know that Alyssa's gonna do what she says she's gonna do. She knows that I do what I'm gonna do what I
Yeah.
say I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
And I also trust that if we don't know the answer, we're gonna figure it out. I'm
Definitely.
not, oh, we're gonna get stumped. We're gonna figure it out.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
truly
And
believe
it's
that.
not easy to work like with like someone you have a close relationship with. Sometimes it's probably a little easier to just be like, okay, this is an outside partner. But if it works, like you have to be able to communicate and you have to have that trust. Like
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah.
you're doing your role, and like
Yeah.
it comes together and it works.
For sure.
Yeah.
So St. Louis, this is the STL bucket list show. So I know you guys ship all over, but like what has the reception been with the St. Louis community, with friends and
Yeah.
family here? I mean, how has that helped fuel your guys' business so far in the first 6 months?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been fantastic. I would say like from the perspective of sales, we've got like a healthy smattering like across the country. I wouldn't say there's like a concentration here, but
Yeah.
in terms of like having a community that's like interested in what we're doing, promoting what we're doing, like wanting to learn more about what we're doing and putting it out there,
Mhm.
I think we couldn't be in like a better market. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
we had a huge interview with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch,
Okay.
which we knew the story. Well, it's kind of iffy if the story was going to run, but we did not know that we were going to end up on the front cover of the business
Oh,
section,
excellent.
like
Yeah.
in
Excellent.
full color. And I mean, I started getting phone calls from like people I work with, like at work, and like people I know in St. Louis, and they were like, "This is amazing." So,
Aw.
That's
so I
awesome.
just feel really supported by the community, and like since that's happened, we've had subsequent outreach from like other outlets, and also so we're starting to have discussions about like fundraising, and people have
Yeah.
been really receptive about that, particularly in this community.
Mhm.
And there's a ton of focus on just like the startup like ecosystem here. So there's just like a lot from a resource perspective, and like everyone is willing to talk to
They
us, which
call
has
it
been awesome.
Silicon Prairie.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Instead of
I had
Silicon
not
Valley.
heard that.
I love
So
that.
if you think
I
of
like
prairie,
that.
like farm
Yeah,
land,
yeah.
but Silicon Prairie.
It's
So you look
chic.
at T-Rex, you look at Cortex, and all these centers
Yeah.
Yeah.
downtown, and Square being downtown,
Yeah.
and a lot of startups are based in St. Louis
Yeah.
because it's affordable to start here.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
affordable.
You know, from
oh
like,
yeah,
working
yeah.
on the West
Oh my
Coast and living in
gosh,
New
yeah.
York.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Yeah, affordable, agreeable tax situation, and because we ship, we can get our product anywhere so fast. I think it
Yeah.
would be a much bigger challenge if we were,
On either coast.
more east or west coast. But because we're so central,
Yes.
our product is able to arrive to our customers very quickly,
So
which
you
is
house
something that
and
we really
ship
like.
everything.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, you're looking at our fulfillment center.
Yeah.
Yes. I am her.
So you
she
got the
is
little
me.
you got the little print thing that
Oh,
prints
yeah.
off
Oh yeah,
the
we've
Oh,
got
yeah.
the
I have
with
one
the
of those, too,
stickers. We
yeah.
have like a little inventory
Mhm.
closet.
That's a
we have
grind.
our
It's-
inserts.
yeah.
Especially when it's like a new drop. You're like, hey, our tubes just got restocked, and then you get like 50 orders in one day. And then
So
you're like,
is it just you two doing it all, or do you have more of a team helping with that? Because that's a lot of orders to.
So in terms of
Fulfill.
fulfillment, no, it's just
Yeah,
it's
just
just
you.
us.
Good
But
for
we have
you.
more broadly, we do have like 3 other people who
Yeah.
are in the fold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think there are a lot of things that we would not be able to do, and that's also been a huge learning is being able to know when you don't know something, and it's not even a matter of I can learn it. It's someone else is already really good at this, and I think it would be worth it to bring them into the fold. And we're fortunate enough to have people in our life that have certain skill sets that we just can't do in terms of pricing and modeling, in terms of social media, in terms of PR. And I think it's really amazing to see everyone kind of come together and work towards something that we all really believe in.
So do you still have a lot of friends who are getting married and doing the parties that you're like, I got you, I got the goods for you?
Yes, I'm in like the thick of it.
You
It just
are.
started this year for me. Like it was a lull, and then this year just like everything
up.
popped off. And I'm a maid of honor for. It's the first time I'm in a wedding, and
Okay.
I'm a maid of honor.
Okay, wow.
So and like I went to my first bachelorette, and I planned it. So it's like, and it's just like kicking off. So yeah, I've got a ton of weddings, like engagements coming up. So it's an exciting time and just timely to have this business. And then I feel like even on social media, just with like our circles, like so many people have like DM'd like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting this for my friend, or I'm, you know.
I feel like for me, a lot of my friends, I feel like the bulk of my friends that are, you know, would have gotten married have gotten married. And beyond that, it's more friends of friends that have been reaching out and, you know, or maybe they're in the bachelorette or they're attending a bachelorette and they're interested in purchasing the product. So I feel like it's been, you know, a widening of the circle in a sense, which has been really nice.
I have friends of friends who I'm like, I can't wait to just like send your link, like order. This is where you want to get your stuff. I mean, like, no offense, Etsy and that, but like this is what we need. We missed the boat, huh?
Yeah, we did.
You guys are like 2 years too
Sorry,
late, you know. But
if you want to have another bachelorette,
I know. Can we
for
celebrate?
marketing?
Can we do just like you know, you've been married for 3 years, like that's you know deserves a party, right?
Absolutely. I mean, these could be just like wifey cups.
Yeah,
you know, you have like a girl's
wife
night.
party. We're mom's
All
night
of her
out.
girls
Like,
have
let's get
kids.
it.
We just went to a pool party this weekend for the 4th, and her like 4 of her close girlfriends all have girls that are all within 3 months of each other. It's
they're gonna be like
crazy.
best
Oh
friends.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
And they're all
besties.
girls. They're like not like everybody. We kept hearing, "Oh, we're having a girl. We're having a girl," and then 2 people didn't find out what they were having, and they waited, and they girl like within
Oh
a
my
month.
gosh.
So it's girl season.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
girl
It's girl
season.
In my life, at
Season.
least.
And you're like,
love
yeah,
that.
I love that for you.
Poor guy.
Lucky you.
So I want to get down to the nitty gritty a little bit with real business because I've been through a lot of downs in my business. I've been in business since 2019 with my marketing agency, and we went through obviously the pandemic with all these different things, but not everything's sunshine and rainbows. We know that. So what mistakes have you guys made, or what failures can you talk about that has happened? Because it's only been 6 months, but I'm sure you guys have been failing forward a lot. If you know Tecovas, you know that they make some of the best and most comfortable Western boots around. But what you might not know is that Tecovas has a store right here in St. Louis at Plaza Frontneck. Stop into their store and you'll find the finest handmade cowboy boots, jeans, belts, cowboy hats, and even apparel for both men and women. While you shop, enjoy complimentary drinks, boot shines, custom hat and boot branding, and more. Come visit the Tecovas store at Plaza Frontneck and let them help you find your new favorite pair of boots or your first pair of boots ever. Tecovas, don't go gently.
Yeah.
Or not a
That's
lot.
a good question.
Not a lot, but like you
No,
probably
no,
had
yeah.
those mistakes, like I shouldn't have ordered that, or I shouldn't have spent that ad, or I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I feel like there hasn't been any like marquee mistake. I think it's more we just try to iterate so quickly,
Yeah.
and we try and review the numbers weekly to understand how we want to course correct. So there hasn't been any one thing that's like, whoa, that was catastrophic. It's more tweaking as we go, and we just had a conversation about advertising and, you know, rethinking our funnel, which I think we were talking about earlier yesterday, how we've been focusing a lot of advertising on Instagram and Facebook and a little bit of Pinterest and not so much on Etsy because we weren't really, well, let me back up really quickly. We thought when we launched, Etsy was going to be our number one channel, and our site was genuinely an afterthought. When I tell you, I built that site 48 hours
She was like, I guess we need to
before
have
we
a site.
launched because I was like, I guess we need a site. Like
You
literally,
thought
that's
you were
what
just
said.
going to
You're
be an
like,
Etsy
yeah,
shop.
we.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
that's what any creator typically gears towards first is Etsy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But it's
we
easy
were
to get
like-
lost in Etsy too because
Yes.
there's so many
There's
people.
so much.
With you guys, because you're doing something so different,
Yeah.
it might not have been that hard, but there's
Well,
so
that was
many.
the learning. Yeah, we launched the site as like an afterthought, and that is actually our number one driver. Like our pricing model was built around Etsy, the
structure.
fee structure that they have, And so actually, I think a month ago, we were like, oh, we should probably readdress pricing because we were accommodating for a high fee that Etsy charges per listing, per order, for shipping. Like they have a ton of fees. And so we actually were able to tweak that because our number one sales are actually through our site, which has also guided us to, invest more into Google search, invest more into Etsy in a different way because typically what we are seeing is that when people are ready to purchase, they're on Etsy and Google. When they're searching and kind of planning, that's more Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok.
True.
So that's more for brand awareness, and we're less focused on getting someone to convert, but we're just trying to be in the realm of their thought process when they're planning.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, marketing is such a tough thing, especially now.
Yeah.
The amount you have to spend, especially for your product at $20 or your average ticket at even at $50. If it costs you $50 to get a sale,
Then
just to
you're
get a
having-
$50
Right.
sale,
Yeah.
it's a losing game. So the organic is important, and I think you guys are working on that. That's why you're on that business trip to get
Are
that
you on
organic
Etsy
content.
at all?
Yeah.
Are you still on Etsy at all or no?
Yeah, they're on there. I'm
You
looking
are?
at it right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking
We're
at
on
this
Etsy.
picture of all you guys in the bathrobes.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
shirt.
I mean, the
First photo
content's
shoot.
on point.
It's
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
So even we had like our first mini viral TikTok video that
Oh,
we
yeah.
shot on our most recent trip, and I think it
Okay.
has like
It
before
was 70,000.
70,000
when I looked this morning.
views and like
Amazing.
5,000 likes, which
Yeah.
was
Wow.
so
Comments,
power
people
of
tagging.
social.
Are you
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
sales from that probably too?
Not yet, but I
Yeah.
also specifically, I was doing a test because I've been tagging products in every video, and I had a feeling that that's what was causing the algorithm to throttle
Okay.
the views. And so I wanted to see what would happen if I didn't tag a product. And of course, that was the one that went viral.
Yep.
And so many comments were like, where'd you get that? I'm like, girl,
It's like I couldn't tag
click
the
on our
product
profile.
I know.
Context
It's like
clues.
the TikTok shop. Yeah, it's like link in bio.
Yeah,
link in bio,
yeah,
And then
exactly.
you almost have to go in and comment back on all of those.
No, that's exactly
That's
what
okay.
I've been
Yeah.
doing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
just
at the
be
gym
like,
this
hey,
morning
head
like,
to our
oh, go check out our link, check out our link. But you have to phrase it correctly or they'll flag it. You can't say, go check out our
Spam.
site.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think I did that in one video. I said, check out brownsandbread.com. And you're not supposed to do that on TikTok. They want you to exclusively push TikTok shop. And so they actually flagged that video, and I had to go back and edit the copy on the caption so that they would unthrottle the video,
Okay.
basically. Yeah. So it's very finicky.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I know.
so many
Trial and error.
speculations. Oh my goodness.
Trial and error every day.
Wow. If I buy anything, it's Instagram. Like if there's like a link or something, I'm like, let me click that.
Like
And,
that.
or I'll go to
Interesting.
or I'll go to the site.
She's
Like
the
if
reason
there's-
Instagram
that's-
ads are still in business.
Yeah.
It catches me.
Single-handedly.
They get you.
They get me.
They
yeah.
get me. It
I
takes a
fall
couple
victim
times
for
for
sure.
me, but like once I see something like 3 or 4 times, I'm like, okay,
I have to check
I
myself.
gotta look at it.
But now
Sometimes I'm
being
like-
on the e-commerce business, you're like, well, let me go to their site now.
Yeah.
And now like you're not like just getting from the ad, but then you can get the coupon from the ad and then head over to their site.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's tough. E-commerce is, and you guys started in a time where it was like, it's just very, very product-based sales is hard. But that's why like the organic, having all the different channels, you need to be able to be found. So
I was going to say, why don't you talk us through your products in general? So, like, what we have here on the table, we've got your foam fingers, we've got the cups. What else can people find on the site?
I
me
just
to
feel
take
like
it?
I've been
Okay,
talking
yeah,
so much.
okay.
I'm like,
Yeah, so we started off with like a pretty targeted product offering. Obviously, we have our staple foam finger, which is kind of like the signature product in 3 different shades, ranging from we have like a light, a medium, and a dark. We have the cups in 2 shades. We have the dark shade and the medium shade. We have these lovely straws, which come in a set of, I believe, 12. One bride straw, and you get 11 pink ring straws. We also have a floaty.
we
that-
should have blown it up.
We should have blown it up. It's
I
just,
could have just sat in it the
Yeah.
whole episode, too. Or had Mila sit in it,
Oh
little
my
future
gosh, we should
bride.
have. Oh my gosh, that would be so
Actually,
cute.
Yeah, we have this ring floaty, and that's been a huge hit. Like as we've traveled, because it's gone like everywhere with us on vacation. So, we're likely going to pull the trigger on doing a small run of those in the
Okay.
near future. We also have these like bamboo 90s style gold
Oh my gosh, I can't
earrings.
believe I didn't wear them.
You should have worn them.
I'm seeing those on
We
your
goofed.
website too. Those are the
Yeah,
wifey
they're like
ones.
heart
Yeah.
shaped, and there's wifey and there's
wifey and
bride.
bride.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And one learning from those earrings, actually, the wifey earrings sell out way more quickly
Oh,
than the
yeah.
bride. So then we were like, wait a second, like wifey is just a much more broad
Yeah,
category
'cause
because
you
bride
can
is a
wear
period of
it-
time, right?
uh-huh.
You can be your
Mhm.
wifey for, in
Yeah.
theory forever. So we were like, okay, well, maybe we need to consider like, expanding. But
Yeah.
we have those earrings, the floaties, the straws, the cups, the fingers. Am I missing anything?
The totes.
The totes.
Oh,
Mhm.
totes,
The
too.
totes. Yeah, we have
Oh,
canvas
down there.
totes.
So you could really audience members, if you are planning a bachelorette, you can like get all of your swag for the bride, for the bridesmaids, whoever's on the party. You can put everything in a tote bag. You've got your cups so you can play flip cup. You've got your foam finger for your photo op options.
Yes.
Like you've got your earrings that you could all go in and gift the bride for that fun night out, you know? So you
Yeah.
could literally get everything on your site.
Sell the
Yes.
dream,
Yep.
baby.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
That's exactly what this is
Thank
everything that I would
you.
have for a bachelorette party right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And that's your target. And it's like looking at your target audience. And it's like you said, you guys have done the research and found it. Now it's just having them find it. Once they use you guys once, that's how you create those fans, you know,
Absolutely.
and then they refer you and stuff like that. So,
Absolutely. I think in that vein too, now I'm on entrepreneur TikTok.
Yes.
And
Of course
I
you are.
send her videos all the time. She probably is so annoyed with me. But I saw this have you heard of the company Array? It's like they're kind of like a
so.
multivitamin company.
okay.
And they created this like debloat vitamin or whatever that I've actually used a bunch of times, but it's gone viral. I think Hailey Bieber used it, and they're just very successful. And it's this husband and wife duo that started this company together, like in their basement or something. And now it's a multi-million-dollar company. But anyway, the wife, I'm blanking on her name right now, she did a video about the top 5 things that she learned within the first year of business, or that she would advise for new business owners. And one of the key ones that I took away was treating every customer like an influencer, and not just influencers like influencers. So we'll get outreach from individuals all the time asking for free product or a discount, or people engaging with us, and we almost always say yes. I think there's only 1 or 2 times, or I don't know if we've actually said no.
We've said no. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't think we
We
have.
always
said
say
no.
yes, or we
Yeah.
have some sort of counter instead of it being free. We're like, oh, we'll give you like a huge discount or whatever it is, and we try and really engage with that customer and ask, when is the bachelorette? Can we follow along, and just make them feel important and special, so that you're creating a really unique and memorable customer experience, so that when they have another party or their other friend is engaged or planning something, they'll think of us and want to come back. And so I feel like that's becoming a little bit of an ethos for us in the first year of our business, is making sure that every customer feels special. Even just the other day,
I was gonna say
you
the
tell it,
pre-vacation.
Yeah.
So we had a customer who waited to the last minute to place an order. She had an upcoming bachelorette out of the country, and it was the night before I was flying out of the country at 5 a.m. Get the message at like 6:30 p.m. and she's just like, I need this by tomorrow. Like before I leave to go out of the country. And I'm like literally packing myself to go out of the
You're
country.
like clocked out.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, and we don't have an overnight shipping option on the website. She's just like, is there any way that you can like help me? So I'm just like, okay, just go into like problem solving mode, run home. Wait, where was I? I was
You were
somewhere.
driving somewhere.
I was like on my way home. But
Yeah.
anyway, go home, package up the order. I'm just tell her, I'm like, I'll figure it out. I'm going to go to FedEx. I'm going to tell you what the cost is. It's probably going to be more than like the cost of our products to get it tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Heads up.
But we will do this
but
for
we'll
you.
do it. Yeah. So just like I called her, got the address that she needed it sent to, coordinated with like, here's what it's going to cost. Ran to FedEx. I got there like 15 minutes before they closed at like 8.
Oh my
and so
gosh.
got it out the door, and she was just like, this is an unreal experience. Like, I cannot believe you did this.
You went the
and
extra mile.
Yeah. And I just followed up with her like 2 hours ago just to ask her how things
Oh,
went. So
amazing.
I'll let you know.
Do
So
you
you guys
ever
are
get the
following up
bride
with the
to
brides
like
too.
share their
Oh, yeah.
photo? Oh, we always
Oh,
do
God,
that.
yeah.
Sorry, we always do this. Do you guys get brides who like share their photos and like
Yeah.
you guys can tag them and use them for your
Mhm.
page?
Yes.
See, that's what like I feel like is super cool as a bride. Is like if you are gonna use a product that like you really you're passionate about, like this represents me.
Mhm.
I want to be on your page. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's
it's
the
cool to
end
get to
goal for
showcase
sure.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. We love all of our content to be like, what is it called? User generated?
BSB in the
Yeah.
user generated.
UGC.
But we call it
Yeah.
BSB in the wild.
BSB in the wild. That's what we call
Real
it.
bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of yours
Yeah.
is, and a lot of it I've noticed you guys are in it.
Mhm.
Parties that you've been, Beyonce's in there a few times.
Well.
But UGC content, because then they share it, and then they share it, and then they share it.
It's this ripple effect.
But like
Yeah.
that moment you just talked about is so interesting, because I've had moments like that in my business, and as you get bigger, it's hard to continue to have those, but you
Mhm.
need to have that focus on, like, I love the brands. There's a couple brands locally here, the Normal brand. I've had them on here. They're a
Yeah.
clothing brand.
yeah.
Jimmy and Lan and all those guys, and they write letters and they send
Oh,
personal
wow.
emails, and like they do these things even though they're big now.
Mhm.
First Form's another one. It's a fitness brand. They send a handwritten letter. They
Yeah.
have people on staff that just do handwritten
Wow.
letters.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
Hey
ordering.
Luke, I noticed that you ordered a couple more this month. Let us know if you need any help. Give me a call. Boom,
I
boom, boom.
love that.
You know,
Yeah.
so like that little things like that you can do as you're smaller, like thinking of those that when you get there is like, oh, that's what helped us scale, was that moment that you
Mm.
might have made $7 off that.
Yeah.
But you did it You know, it doesn't matter how much you made on it. You could have lost money on it.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but that moment, like that woman will never forget about it. And then, you know, like you said, you had that experience, and that's like why you do it when you're passionate. We talked about that before, is like being passionate about something and then actually making a difference in your work. And that's what you guys are doing. I mean, you're making a difference with hundreds of people.
You are making a huge difference.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you have something, again, no one is doing, and that is important. And what, just alone, like representing women of color, that is important.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
It's 2024, and this doesn't exist.
Crazy.
But
It's
you've made it
wild.
exist.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it's wild. So what's next? The next 6 months of the year. What's next to come after you guys had your
Okay.
little retreat, research and development, trip?
Marketing.
Marketing. It's always marketing.
Always marketing.
What
Yeah.
are the goals going forward?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time talking about this. Well, I feel like, do we have different answers?
No, you can go first. I think we have the similar list.
Okay,
so
we have
if
similar
I
lists,
forget
yeah.
anything, I'll add.
Definitely inventory and expanding our inventory. You know, we've had a very targeted approach, again, kind of calling back what we were talking about earlier with impact, but also things that people need, and kind of keeping that in mind as we invest in new product offerings that we really want to do. We really want to create more content. You know, the last photo shoot we did, I was like, I don't want to be a model anymore. I'm retired.
It's hard to do it
So
for
much
your own
work.
business.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
it
I
is.
modeled
It's
so
mortifying.
many things for Bucket List, and I'm like, get other people to do
Like,
that.
I'm tired of
I
seeing
think
myself.
I am. It's just
It's cringy.
know,
But hey, it's free
yeah.
though.
It's free.
I'm like,
but
the
spiritually, is it free?
Yeah.
Soul, is it
Right,
free?
right.
not.
What's more
Yeah,
important?
It is a lot, like looking at images of yourself and just like it's a
You
it's a
nitpick
lot.
yourself
Oh, yeah,
more than
it's really
anyone
hard.
else would.
Like,
Mhm.
You know,
Totally.
gotta call my therapist after, but you know, we're good. We're
Yeah,
fine.
I feel you.
You know,
I
I
feel
definitely
you.
want to expand as much as I love, free modeling.
Right.
At this point, I'm willing to pay in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, content and just really expanding brand awareness, I
Yeah,
would say, is
yeah.
the biggest focus. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm missing something, but you're
Well,
gonna fill it in.
partnerships.
Partnerships. Thank
yeah,
you. I was like,
yeah.
okay,
So
what
we've
other
had
thing
a
missing?
lot of different types of organizations reaching out to us, which has been interesting because I think we've just kind of reacted to people reaching out to us to kind of inform, like, okay, who should we be targeting for partnerships? Because we had no strategy. So a lot of mobile bartending companies, event
Yeah.
spaces. I think we should start focusing on like photographers probably soon, but just trying to get to brides like during that cycle between like obviously engagement and like wedding, right? So just thinking about like what those touch points are, who's connecting with people. So
What about like any of the bridal magazines and like
Yeah.
STL
Yeah.
Bride is a big
Yeah.
one. Even the Knot, like I wonder how challenging it could be, because the Knot, I used to plan our wedding, the app,
Yeah.
and you can, I'm sure, like put yourself up as a vendor of like
absolutely.
Yeah.
supplies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
kind of tapping into some of those.
In those photo shoots, like I see all these like Fat Booth Jake, who's huge in weddings. I don't know if you guys have seen him out. It's
No,
called
no.
FETE.
He's
He did our
awesome.
wedding.
Oh, okay.
But they have
Good
party
energy.
rentals, and they do like the photo booth, and then
Yes,
do,
they have all the props,
Yes, they
right?
have all the
yeah.
props.
Yeah,
That's
we've
a
talked about
channel that we're
too.
trying to expand. We're trying to get out of just bachelorette and also into
To
weddings.
wholesaling
Yeah.
And
stuff,
engagement.
like,
Weddings,
Party.
engagement, like the
Yeah.
whole cycle, the whole
Mhm.
bridal cycle.
Because
Yeah.
like the bridal magazines will do like not even just like
We went to that happy hour that one time.
they'll
or
do like spreads of like just a variety of vendors. So
Mhm.
like if you were in there and they do like tablescapes or stuff,
Mhm.
or they'll do like, okay, for your reception, if you want someone to
Yeah.
have like props or fun things, like you guys could be an option, and they
Yeah.
would like have a little blurb for
That's a good
you.
point.
Yeah.
Or even in the back, like the directory, they'll list businesses,
Right.
a bunch of businesses.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
could be
no, that's
something
awesome.
to
Yeah.
tap into.
And I think STL Bride,
We're
in
talks.
contact with
Yeah.
them
In
about
contact
getting
with them
something
straight
set
up.
up. But to
Yeah.
your point, I think there's probably more direct vendor contact that we
Yes.
should probably
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
reach out to.
Right.
Channel sales
right.
was not something on our radar. We were solely focused on direct to consumers or business to
Exactly.
consumers. So it's
Mhm.
just interesting. That's going to be a pretty big focus
new
for the second half
phase.
of the year.
Yeah.
Because vendors were reaching out to us and we were like, oh, we didn't
Yeah.
even think
Getting
to
wholesale, like
do
we
that.
got a wholesale
Yeah,
request
yeah.
a few hours ago
Mhm.
too
Oh, I didn't
for
even
a
see
brick
that,
and
yeah.
mortar store.
It's
Oh,
coming to
we
you.
did?
Yeah.
We
It's
did.
coming
This is
to
news to
you.
me.
That's amazing. You guys have so much going for you, and like I just appreciate the work that you're
my
you're
gosh,
doing. What
thank
I'm so
you.
excited to see like where you're going. We are happy to support you in any way that we possibly can, whether it's like throw me.
I think this podcast is going to do pretty well. I hope
Yeah,
for you guys.
this has
When
been
this
so
gets
fun. By
posted-
the
She said
way.
that to everybody.
No,
Wow.
for real. When this gets posted, we're gonna cut up these reels.
Yeah.
And they're gonna hit. I
I
think.
hope we got some
Okay.
snippets.
Maybe what we should do is we should
do a code.
do a little like nominate a bride, and we're gonna do a
yeah.
giveaway.
Oh
We can do
yeah.
that.
Or we could also do a code. We could do a discount code too.
Yeah,
For
bucket list.
a bucket
bucket
list
list.
code,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That would
BSB,
be
STL bucket list
cool.
code.
Yeah,
we can
let's do
also
a giveaway too.
Let's definitely do a giveaway.
For sure. We
Yeah.
love giveaways.
Yeah.
We did our first giveaway and it was like
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I loved
Chef's
it.
It
kiss.
is
Yeah, all the
fun.
people.
It is fun to see
Yeah,
people
let's,
tagging other people.
Yeah, I
like,
would love
just
to do that.
fully
I think those are both
engaged.
great
So it is the
ideas.
STL bucket list show.
Yes.
Yes.
We
I
gotta-
didn't send your PR girl this stuff, so
Oh,
we're gonna throw
no.
you a curveball. for a
Shout out
second.
Brittany. on PR,
Sorry,
but,
Yeah.
sorry,
Sorry,
I dropped
Brittany.
the ball on this one.
So
but-
the STL bucket list we started in 2019. Really, we were big foodies. We love to go out, and that's like the whole page you see is restaurants. We always are
Yeah.
posting new restaurants. We're always
always
posting things to
going.
do. So I want to hear about some of your guys' bucket list spots in St. Louis. You live in the CWE.
Right Tavern.
You live in,
Right Tavern.
but the places that everybody can get into
Oh,
because we
yeah.
can't. You
Fair.
get
You
into
know, we
rights.
have
You gotta
yet-
go,
we have yet
but you
to
live in
go.
Clayton.
Really?
So,
Yeah, it's literally
we
it's
had
on
to
my block, so
go.
I just like walk by there and see if it's
yeah.
open.
Well, you go to like you got Bar
Right, you
Moro
have
right
the
there.
luxury
Yeah.
of like, is there no
And
Yeah,
you got-
literally, there's only
Can I
4
sit
seats
at the
at the bar.
bar?
Exactly.
So,
Right.
question: Is
You
this
have a lot on
like?
Wye Down if you live there. You got
It
Bar
could
Moro.
be-
There's a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff
what are the
right there.
categories? Is this like fast casual,
Bistro.
sit
Whatever,
down,
whatever
So
you
a bucket
want.
list could be anything. It doesn't have to just be food.
Oh,
so
okay.
think of
Oh,
think
okay.
of
If you have a
your-
shop, if you have a place, if you have
A park.
friends, anybody from New
okay.
York coming to like visit you, where you
what are
taking
things
them
that
to?
you're doing when
my
people are
gosh.
coming in town? Like, what are
Okay.
some bucket list
Wait, have I
spots?
taken a weekend at Bodies to get
I just
tacos?
heard him. I just saw him. He was at STL Fest, I think, just recently.
Oh.
He has like these
There's very
tacos.
little
Yeah.
I would not do
Yeah.
for one of them.
But he's low key. Don't out him because
She's
he's
saying
gonna
it on the
he's gonna get
record.
big on the record.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I know
I
some
was like, that's so
gatekeeping,
cute.
No gatekeeping here.
I know. His tacos
I
are
heard about
unreal.
that. I haven't
His
had
birria
them yet.
tacos,
Yeah.
unreal.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
But where do you
God.
get him?
We need to
He pops
venture
up
out
at bars
again.
and stuff.
Yeah, he's
He was at Tiki Lounge, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So it's on his page where he
Okay.
is typically, but between I've only had them at Tiki and at Up Bar.
Okay.
So I don't know the exact dates, but it's
just
all
gotta follow
on his
the IG.
page. Weekend
Is
at
this
Bodies.
a
You have
food
to
truck?
See
follow.
where he's at.
No, he's got like a little pop-up stand
cute.
situation.
He's low key. So he will be popping. Hopefully
if
he'll
you
get a
know, you
restaurant soon. I'm
know.
sure.
I hope so too. And I literally told him like, when you're looking for investors,
Let me know. I got you.
You
Serial
hit me
entrepreneur
up.
over
Like, he
here.
sees me.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like, I already
She
put the
can't
plug
stop.
in.
It's a lie.
She
I
cannot
was, yeah.
stop.
Hey,
What
you
is
need that foam figure with the
Yeah,
taco.
literally.
Let me get the taco.
Alyssa,
Oh my gosh, do we need a foam taco?
No, well, it was so funny because the article launched, and I went to see him like the next day, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I saw the article," and I was
Aw.
like, "That's so amazing." And I was like, "But I need 3 tacos."
Please,
He's
gosh.
amazing, but
That's
what
so
what
great.
other places?
I feel like my list is gonna be different than your list.
I don't know that I have.
Well,
any
okay,
other-
so
go ahead.
This is my guilty pleasure
Okay.
that I have to
I
have.
like it. A guilty
This is
pleasure.
dating back to like high school. No, this is dating back to like Forsyth days.
Okay.
I'm scared.
No, it's Crazy Bills and Wraps.
Girl,
Oh,
listen.
baby.
She worked there.
I
That was
CB Dub
yes.
is what my sister and I call it. Do like, do you want CB Dub? Like
Dub's
I
fast.
want
The
it
best fast
nearly
food.
every
It's-
day.
and it's
I want it
healthy.
every day.
same.
I do.
Chicken Caesar wrap.
Okay,
Listen.
that's your go-to. That's
It's
a
a wrap.
vegan.
But you get
It's
it
a
grilled.
wrap.
You get it like a little
Oh,
grilled. Like you
yeah,
have them steam it a
absolutely.
little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, absolutely. And then
See,
I
I
did.
worked there when they offered the grill. Like the grill was like a new. I was like, "Do you want a grilled?" And they're like, "What's that?" I'm like,
She
"Ooh,
worked at the one in
really?
O'Fallon
You
off
know?"
Highway K, like all the way
Oh
out.
my
Yeah.
gosh!
really?
We just got
that's
one by
my
our house
spot.
on Hampton.
Yeah,
That's
That's
probably the one. Or you
okay.
probably go to the one in the by Slough.
There's one on Lindell.
By Slough,
Yeah,
yeah.
by
That's where we
Slough.
used
Yeah,
to
exactly.
go,
Yeah,
but
that
now
one.
we have the
Mhm.
Hampton one, which is
Yeah,
close.
the one on
So that's a good fast casual. What
That's
about
a good
date night
one.
vibe though?
What's the sorry?
Date night vibe.
Date night vibe. Okay, I love. What's the place I'm thinking of?
Maryland House,
No,
Sippy,
no.
Sippy.
But I do
Love
love Sippy.
Sippy.
I do love Maryland
Okay.
House.
the
The
place we
bar,
went.
Takashima.
Oh,
Ta-
Takashimi
Records.
Takashi. Yeah, records. That
Are
place
Are they
is super
still
cute.
open right now?
Oh, I haven't been in a while.
We haven't been in a minute either, but it's good.
That place
It's
was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
vibe.
The
so-
martinis.
It's
Mhm.
so
Because
I
I'm
love
very-
martini.
Very specific about martinis, and
Mhm.
honestly, the ones at Brennan's take me out. Like I have to come after dinner. I can't go
'Cause
pre
it's too
dinner.
strong.
Too strong.
Yeah.
But great, love it. But
Yeah.
I need a base layer.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
can't go in.
That's like your
Takashima's a vibe,
nightcap
though.
drink.
Takashima, like
It's
they
a vibe.
the spinning they
Vinyl
spin
records.
vinyls and like
Yeah.
it's
The fact
so
that they put it up and you can see
I love
what they're
it.
playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
Such a vibe.
Have you been to Videra?
Yes.
Wine bar? I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that
Videra's
place.
super cute.
Videra's
Have we
Mhm.
been there?
No, but I just talked to her. We were doing a feature
Okay.
for her. Like
Oh,
they have
place.
It's been on my
And
list.
Anita's is like right around
Anita's
the
is
corners.
bomb.
Yeah. So I know Anita really well.
She's
Those places
great.
are cool.
Yeah.
And then I like for like happy hour, like Basso.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just went last weekend
Oh,
with my
did
best
you?
friend. She goes, I love this place.
It's
Oh,
so
it's so dark and like
Vibey.
moody
Yeah.
and sexy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
expensive
Very
too.
cool,
Like
yeah.
the happy
The
hour,
happy
we spent like
hour is
40
on
bucks and got like
point.
2 cocktails.
Wait,
and a
really?
pizza.
Really?
Yes. Go
Okay,
there for
well.
happy hour. It's you can get a whole pizza. And
Yeah.
They have good martinis too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
getting expensive to eat out of here. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Some
Oh
of
my
these places,
gosh.
some of these cocktails.
Don't go to New
I
York.
know.
I know.
That's a
We
good
just started in
area.
New York
Yeah.
City.
Oh,
Right
it's
before we
it's
had her, we were
painful.
in New
Yeah.
York City, and
That's
I
our
was like,
last
we were
big
walking
trip.
out, and she was pregnant. We were just eating. That's all we did. Was
Yeah,
eat.
I mean, that's
yeah, we
for
spent it
real.
back.
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
dropped it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes. Yes.
Also,
have to.
this is totally like changing direction, but pancakes. There is a place called The
I
Hive.
knew it.
in
The Hive?
Oh, the Hive in Ferguson.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're pancakes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we featured them before. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't go, but somebody on my team, and the video went crazy because
Oh my
people were
gosh.
like, "This is amazing."
Their pancakes.
I
and
love a
so
pancake.
my
I love that,
grandmother
yeah.
is like a black Southern grandmother, and so she makes her pancakes from scratch. Like I'm a pancake snob,
Mhm.
but like I like just good buttermilk, like classic.
Regular, yeah.
But like with the crispy edge,
Mhm.
and they have the crispy edge
Ooh.
pancakes.
They give your
You're
grandma.
like, you do it
Yeah,
like
run
my
for her
grandma
money.
they give
does
grandma.
it.
They give my grandma. We call her Mimi, and I'm just like, I had these like Mimi's might get a
Oh,
little run for her
watch out,
money. I'm like,
Mimi.
these are
Watch out.
fire.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
those
But you
that.
know,
pancakes
this is a
live rent-free
grandma
in my
back
head.
there making them, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
At the Hive.
100%.
She's
Yeah.
like,
100%.
She put her foot up in it.
Yeah,
She did.
absolutely.
Yes, classic.
Absolutely.
There's so many
Classic.
great
I love
restaurants
a
like in
pancake.
St. Louis, and we try to like explore like Ferguson. So we've been out to Alicia's and Ferguson, like all
Yeah.
these places, like not just in Clayton, not just in CWE, like
Yeah.
all across St. Louis. Like
Mhm.
Midtown's thriving right now. They have all these cool new spots.
They're
and
popping up.
Yeah.
in
Our
Midtown.
friend just I don't know if you guys been to the Biscuit Joint yet, but the
I've
Biscuit
heard of
Joint's
it.
over in Midtown, right by
Yeah.
Videra.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Videra,
Mhm.
right over there. But yeah, we try to go. We haven't been out as much since this little.
Yeah.
We get a date night. Like
I
once a
was
month.
looking up a reservation for Rights. Like I'm
Were
like,
you?
if we're gonna have
They're
a
all
parents'
so
night- 'cause
late.
I know.
I don't want to go to dinner at 10:30.
It's always
Fuck, I'm gonna be falling asleep.
I know.
It's the
It's like,
only slot
You know what I'll
open.
do? I
30.
will
I'm like,
stalk
"Ugh."
their site, and I will. What nights typically work for you guys?
No nights.
Whatever.
Any night we have a babysitter. So it would be Monday. It doesn't
Right.
matter. I'll go on a
I'll see
Monday.
if I ever come across like an early. I've never seen an early res, but
Okay.
if
We'll buy
I
it
ever
from
see
you.
one,
Make
yeah,
a res
I
and
know.
we'll
Yeah,
pay
You
you.
don't have to buy it from me. I'll just
Underground.
give it to you guys and just say, you know,
But
here
since you
go.
live there, you can walk there. Like Bar Moro, I love their stuff over there, and then Bistro for brunch right across the street
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
you, and then a car right on the corner.
Yes, there's a
Yeah.
lot of. Now that you're saying it, I'm
yeah,
like, wait, there's a
Pinot
lot of
right there
yeah,
too.
yeah. A lot
Yeah.
over there.
Pastaria
Wait, I'm
Deli.
shocked you didn't talk about Bowood's pancake.
I was
Oh, yeah.
okay when you
Should
said
we-
pancakes. I'm
Yeah.
like, honestly, my fave is Bowood.
They make amazing.
They do.
pancakes.
And I think-
their chicken Caesar wrap. I mean, it's not
Yes.
C-Dubs, but
I
it's
heard of that.
good.
Sita.
It's not C-Dub, but it's
We
good.
need to get
And
a
it-
sponsorship from Cedar.
Right? Call
Crazy
us.
This one right here.
BSB C-Dub.
Collab.
Collab.
Collab. Loading.
Sita.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I feel like you guys, and this is just the last thought, and we can wrap up because I know we've been going.
We could
over.
talk to you
Yeah.
forever.
This is
Oh,
so fun. I was like,
same.
oh
This
my
is
gosh,
like
this
you
is so
said
fun.
Sippy, and I'm like, see you at Sippy.
Yes,
like,
see you at
just like
Sippy.
off air, like we'll go hang
Yes,
out at
or
Sippy.
Parker's Table. I mean, now that they have their little bar area,
Parker's
super
Table, I heard
cute.
about that.
I'm
Yeah,
obsessed
saw.
with the place. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many good food spots. I love talking about food. That's like the whole reason we started. But the last thing to wrap up, I wanted to talk about was some type of big thing that we can do with STL Bucket List. Let's nominate a bride. And let's
Yeah.
get her swagged up.
Get it?
Let's get her let's do a photo shoot with it. Like,
Yes.
Say less.
We'll do my team will do the professional video
Oh my
photo
gosh,
shoot. Yes,
yeah.
So let's do that. We got this video is gonna come out. We got like about a week. Let's come up with something.
Okay.
So
Oh my gosh. The
That's
song.
perfect.
The
What
song.
brown
Skin
skin
bride.
Well, that one too.
Just
those
like
are the-
life her.
We have a week to come up with another. We have only gotten that far in terms of lyrics.
That's fine.
We got
Hey, 3-second reel. That's it.
Yeah. What rhymes
Hey.
with bride?
We'll get it. We'll get
It was
something
the other
going.
song, but it's like it's
What other song?
7 p.m. Friday.
Oh no,
Can't do
Glorilla.
that.
We can't
Yeah,
do
I can't do
Glorilla.
Glorilla. No,
No,
Glorilla.
we can't do Glorilla.
Okay, it's
Oh,
fine.
okay. I thought you were talking about the
no.
Usher song. It's
You
3
love the
o'clock.
girl.
Oh
it's,
no.
It's like, where was Usher at 7 o'clock on the
Where
dot?
was Usher? Yeah. he
Where
was-
is Usher?
Yes.
Where
Are
was
you guys
Usher at 7
going?
o'clock on the dot?
She's
Yeah.
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 Going.
Well, you're going. I'm
Oh, gosh.
sneaking in.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
coming. Yeah, we're gonna go in October.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah,
Did we
for
get
sure.
shots for that or no?
We got tickets.
Okay.
We're
Woo!
going.
Okay, no, but seriously, we definitely want to do this.
Yes,
this is
please.
like let's figure
I'd
out
love to
the
do that.
logistics.
We'll deck her
Nominate a
out,
bride,
head
deck
to
her
toe.
out.
Oh, this
Yeah.
sounds
It sounds
love
like I
that.
won't have to model, which is even more
Yeah.
Oh
exciting.
my gosh.
You're off the clock on this
Yes.
one. You can just
People
direct.
are like, who
Yeah.
are those two girls and why are they the only two people?
I know. I'm like, they're
on
gonna get
their
tired of
page?
seeing our face.
No.
They're gonna get
Yeah.
tired.
We
Yeah.
have to keep changing our hair.
Well,
to be
no,
like,
that's
other
Yeah.
girls.
Well, that's what I was
honestly
saying. I was
what
trying
it
to
is.
figure out
Yeah.
who you. I'm like, is that
that's
them?
her
And then I
sister.
can't
Yeah,
tell.
I'm
You know,
switching it up
she
for
looks
like that.
photo
Yeah.
shoots. Yeah, I'm like, I gotta look a little different.
Another marketing expense.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Oh yeah. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Just write it off.
See?
Literally.
That's
Literally.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So
what I'm
before we
talking
wrap, just let our audience know. So the cool thing about our audience is they're your core audience. The 21 to 35 is our core. 75% of those people are in that 21 to 35. And then also, what's our numbers now? 68% of the 194,000 people that follow us are women.
Love it.
So I don't know the quick math on that.
Girl
You probably know,
season.
but that's like 100,000 women
Yeah.
that are between the ages
Yeah.
of your group. So I think that there's a lot of people that you guys can connect with. So what's your website? What's your IG? What's your TikTok? Let us know where we can find you and how we can support.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Am I looking at the camera or no?
Yeah, go
Not
ahead.
yet. No,
Yeah,
not yet.
not yet?
No,
Okay.
Okay.
No?
We're doing the promo. It's fine. We'll do the
It doesn't
promo after.
matter. It
Either way,
doesn't
you can.
matter.
Okay. You can find us at brownskinbride.com. Instagram's the same, brownskinbride. TikTok is also the same, brownskinbride. You can email us at info@brownskinbride.com. I think that's everything. Those are all of our channels.
We're on
Appreciate
Etsy
you.
as well.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Etsy.
Etsy, Brownskin Bride.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Browns
All
Fan
the way
Bride.
around.
Appreciate you guys for coming
Yeah,
on. Thank
thank
you
you
so
guys.
much.
Yeah.
Thanks for
and
having
really wishing you guys
us.
success heading into wedding season. Everybody's going to be
Thank
getting married in
you.
October. That's that fall wedding
Engagements
season.
are
Yeah.
coming.
Engagements start coming in. Like, people are just getting married all the time now.
Yeah.
We're just trying to
Yeah.
find a date. We had to get married on Friday because the venue we had just wasn't
My
available on
sister
a
was
Saturday.
the same. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Where'd you guys
so-
get married?
Over in Cottleville in our hometown, Piazza Messina.
Oh,
over in
lovely.
Cottleville in St. Charles.
Okay, cute.
yeah.
Cute.
It's kind of like an
that.
Italian Renaissance venue. It was really
Oh,
pretty.
that's
it like
beautiful.
stormed that day too.
Oh
And
my
like,
gosh.
The rain cleared
stopped
up.
right before, like 10 minutes before we were supposed to get married.
I
outside.
love it.
We didn't
Yeah.
see each other until then, but I was
Sister.
like, I already knew she was crying
Oh,
because
That
like,
was cool.
because then they had to flip the room, and if they have to flip the room inside, it's like we bought the
Yeah.
venue for the view outside on the
Right.
pond,
Yeah.
not inside in this
Right.
ballroom.
Yeah.
You know, but and we did our honeymoon in DR. So
Ooh,
come
What'd
on
you
out
say?
at the Excellence in Punta Cana.
That's what I was saying. We stayed at
Excellent.
Excellence
Okay.
and
It was
We
nice.
stayed at Excellence in
Riviera Maya.
They had a lot of
Yeah.
restaurants. They had like 13
Yeah. Oh my
restaurants.
God,
Our
yeah,
biggest thing when
14.
we went to Playa del Carmen in Mexico was like they only had 3 restaurants and
Oh,
they
yeah.
weren't that
They
great.
swapped the menu like every other night. So
Oh.
we were like,
But like when we went to DR, they had Italian, French, Mexican. They had
Mhm.
all these flavors that we
Japanese,
wanted.
yeah.
And then they had like good lobster rolls at the bar and like all
That's
these
key.
different things. So,
Yeah.
Key for sure.
Hey baby.
You're
All
my
right,
mom.
we're wrapping up.
Bye.
See you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you.
Today they rep St. Louis, yeah. They rep St. Louis. They rep St. Louis.